Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Imperator Rome, where we are playing as Langobards, also known as the Longbeards, also known as the Dwarves. We have migrated our way from northeastern Germany down into the Carpathian Mountains, where we have now settled Ibdura, and then from there we have grown, and grown, and grown, until we are actually kind of a large power. We've got a population of 3,300 compared to Rome's 5,700. We did just defeat Thrace in a war, though it was a rather large, protracted conflict, and we are probably going to be having some kind of enmity against Macedonia, seeing as we actually have borders with them right now. We've started to try to expand into our old stomping grounds, having recently retaken the former capital, Langobards. But right now we need to recover our manpower, we need to recover our economy, we need to continue churning out technology. Technology is like the place where we are still the weakest, although we do now have Tech 14, 15, Rome's is still 18, 19, 20, so we are still a ways behind, though I do think that we are catching up. So to that end, we need to be spending more and more oratory power on promoting pops from freemen to citizens, or from tribesmen to freemen, or from slaves to freemen to citizens, etc. So quite a lot of work to be done. Quite a lot. The other thing which I might do, which just kind of occurred to me, is I could just improve relations with Macedon just to keep them off my back. They're on a bellicose stance, so they're looking pretty aggro at the moment. I mean, at the moment, I don't think they have too many problems with us. I mean, we have a lot of aggressive expansion, so we do need to buy that down over time. So no, I think we're just going to sit back, we're going to build up our armies, we're going to get some more manpower in. We could do with building another stack or two of regular frontline soldiery types. And I would also very much like to continue expanding, like I said, into Germany and then up into Denmark, but potentially into the Netherlands, just to consolidate more of that territory. For the Damaskron! Yes. Our capital here in Karakibdura. We're talking in chat about us being dwarves, and the fact that this is actually High King Hildalik Grudgebearer, not Geroldus. Geroldus is simply the Germanic form of Grudgebearer. Do I have plans for another Imperator run after this, or am I going to wait for an update? Well, the next confirmed update is not going to be until June, so that's still a ways away. We'll have to wait and see. Like, I'm not done with the Langobards. I've been rather enjoying this, and now that we're kind of seeing like the full extent of an entire campaign, having gone from a migratory tribe into a monarchy now, and there are other forms of monarchy. Like, we're the basic monarchy. We could become one of the more advanced ones: plutocratic, aristocratic, stratocratic, or theocratic. Probably plutocratic from those ones. But yeah, we're not done. We're definitely not done. And I would very much like to have at least a war against Rome at some point. What's the goal for the series? I mean, really, the goal for the series was to make it to Ibdura, which we have done, and more. Now I'm just kind of enjoying myself, just playing. Does settling give AE? I don't think so. Right, so let's go ahead and spend some points in getting rid of the tribesmen. We do still have a bunch of tribesmen up here, which we absolutely need to get rid of. So I think we're going to do that. We also need to do some conversions and stuff like that, but that can frankly wait for a bit. Then we have civic power, but civic power is going to be spent almost entirely on inventions at this point. Ah, yes, soldiers. We're going to wait until we have 14,000 manpower, then I can just build the entire stack in one go. Thrace has expanded to Crimea. Yeah, Thrace has really got big. I mean, we did just beat them down here, so our fortifications in this area are really quite well developed. We could try to upgrade them to level 3 forts rather than just level 2s. And also this one needs to be upgraded as well. The other thing which we do want to do is take out Optania at some point, because they did try and stab us while we were stabbing other people, which was kind of annoying. And they do have a fairly decent population as well. 142 still. And they are pretty well civilized. Okay, there's the civic power required. Oh no, we need 103. War hosts, navies. Ah, yes! We were building a navy up here in the north. I remember now. Because we have rebels that we need to go and defeat. Pirates even. So, what civic do we want next? Province import routes would be nice, but we never have the civic power to actually start any more import routes. Omen duration, not really a huge one. I want to continue getting the military inventions, and the reason for that is because I'm fairly sure that there is an invention which increases attrition. So let's get the elite recruit standards. The availability of veteran soldiers is at a level where we can devote at least a portion of our recruitment to them alone. Fort defense. Fort defense is also nice. Reinforcement speed, also nice. Okay. And did we finish with our roads? That would be the other question. So we have the 2 construction forces. You have not finished. You need to get a road out to Foza for sure. So let's continue building that. And then the other one, I think, is down south. And I don't think I was after any roads in this area. No, I think we're good. I think we are golden, in fact. Right, let's go and recruit some more soldiers. Do we want to change up our template at all? Now that we're fighting more modern armies. Because we're coming up against a lot of champions. Champions are poor against horse archers, light cavalry, and camels. Camels! And then camels we can't actually build, so that's irrelevant. What else do we fight? We've been fighting some heavy cavalry, which are bad against heavy infantry and war elephants. They're really bad against war elephants. But see, up till now we've not been using elephants because I don't know that we can support them in terms of attrition weight. But then again, we are like the most civilized place in the world, which means our supply limits are huge now. So that certainly used to be true, but I'm not entirely convinced it still is. I mean, the other thing that we could do is increase the size of our stacks, but no, I'm pretty happy with our army composition, because we've been focusing discipline for champions and for heavy cavalry. So let's just continue with this. So what is the template again? It's 8 champions. 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 6 heavy cav. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. Been looking at getting this game. Is it worth it yet? I think so. I think as a standpoint for further development, this game is really strong, and we know it's going to happen because Paradox. It's a solid game on its own. I've been having a lot of fun with the Langobards. I haven't really played as any other nation, so I couldn't really say. And I like the plans that they have going forwards. The one thing which I really do think could use some more work is the UI. The UI needs further upgrades. But UI is not the most difficult thing ever to develop, so I suspect that it will be. Oh yeah, and I'm fairly sure that this is going to be playable, probably sooner rather than later. Because at the moment we are right up to the edge of the wasteland, which is this dark grey. But if you look at the screenshots of this game on Steam, like, this entire area has cultures. This is really quite funny. Let me just go and find that, actually. Because it's literally on their Steam page. And it shows the entire area has cultures and everything already sorted, so clearly that was kind of cut from development. Where was it? There it is. Let's see if I can get that page linked. This should just be the screenshot. Actually, I don't think that is the screenshot. Whoops. What's going on here? I'm trying to save stuff. Cancel that. Alright, this is going to be harder to find. But basically on the Steam page there is a screenshot of the game, and it shows the cultures, and that entire dark grey area has cultures assigned. Yeah, heptad. Heptadic. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't here. Oh no, it's religion. It's religions. Because it's druidic, Tustic, and then this is heptadic. Just like this, but it goes all the way up to Estonia. There you go, thanks Troubleshooter. Except that's just the game, isn't it? It's on that store page. Regardless, I did think that was kind of funny. Hey, Bacon Killer! You got the bacon battery, by the way. That was done right at the end of the previous stream. Right, onwards. And now to have some ice-cold tea before the hot tea comes in. Or I could just mix the hot tea with this. Oh, let's do that. Bloody hell, Bacon Killer. Thank you very much for that. That's crazy generous. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, let's move you guys to a Bartis. Let's sort out tea supplies. And, in fact, I'm just going to leave this on pause because there's nothing really important going on right now. Good grief, Bacon. Somebody is in a very good mood right now. Rome! No, Langobardia! We are the dwarves. I hope they focus on the main game first before they add new stuff. The game really does not have the replayability at the moment, but I might be spoiled with Warhammer 2. Yeah, the next thing that they've said that they're going to be working on is naval warfare. So in terms of like adding new areas of the map or anything like that, no plans as yet. But they're going to add more ships, and they're going to use, or ships are going to use a similar combat system to land armies. That's like the big upcoming feature. But other than that, it's mostly just tightening stuff up. After weeks of nervous looks and smirks at court, the whispers circling the palace has finally reached the ears of the king. It seems that someone has been spreading rumours and spinning yarns of his unqualified profligacy and unfitness for the throne. So no one can freely insult the king. Because I am vengeful, I actually gain popularity from this. I don't lose it, which is kind of hilarious. The other thing that they've announced is all of the clicky buttons aren't just instant anymore. They're going to be over time. So for example, when you increase legitimacy, rather than just pressing increase legitimacy and then boom, you gain plus, I think it's 5 legitimacy or 10 legitimacy when you press it. It will now add a modifier which will increase it over time. And the more times you click that button, the faster it will go up over time. And it's going to be the same thing for stability. They've announced that the way stability works is now going to be a scale from 0 to 100. It will, over time, move back towards 50. 50 is like the midpoint. And if you stab some pigs, which is this one, sacrifice to the gods, it will add a positive modifier to stability increase. So rather than just going boom, you get more stability, it will start creeping up slowly over time. And there's probably going to be national ideas and technologies and inventions and things which will also modify that going up or down. So that's pretty good. And thank you again, Bacon Killer. That's really generous. Just looking over there again, it's like, good grief, you gave me a lot. Thank you so much. That's definitely bought my next pizza. Pizza. Not tonight. Just had dinner. Right, the other thing I should double check is to see if I need to assign any more light infantry forces for provincial happiness. The traitorous snake who attempted to demean the name of Hildelic Geraldus has been identified, none other than Ariogenasis Dagaretius, who quickly confessed to his crimes. So Dagaretius is a pretender. He's the head of the Dagaretius family, of course. He is pretty good. And he is the general from California. So I don't really want to kill his loyalty if I can. I can pardon him. I can execute him. Or I could try to win him over. See, I think the pardon is actually a bug. I don't have that trait. I don't particularly want to do it if I Yeah, see, I'm cautious, assertive, proud, and vengeful. I don't have forgiving. I could gain some corruption, he could gain some loyalty, he could gain some corruption, and we pay him. I'm going to try and win him over. Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea. Barbarians have arrived again. Alright, you know what you need to do. Alright, and then these guys have arrived, and will require a commander. Theobald, enslavement efficiency, that's reasonable. You're quite corrupt. That's fine, I guess. And you need a name. Oh, you need, yes, you do need a name. Are there any that have not been named yet? Yes, there are. Kubik. Which I can never remember how you spell. K-U-B-E-E-K. Kubik. And there we are. Hey, Jackson. How is the Pretender support? 5 supporters against my 44. And I still only get 66 legitimacy. Huh. Interesting. Okay, then the other thing I was going to double check was how many regions we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do need one more set of provincial soldiers. Which I think is for boy. Probably. Oh yeah, we gain 1,000 manpower a month now, which is quite nice. You want to import my furs. Right. I can accept this. Heidgid died. He was a researcher, so we're gonna need to bring in a new civics person. We have actually someone who's really good at civics. Okay. Oh, you did not actually make it to where they were standing. My bad. Who are we killing at the moment? Barbarians. We have just been at war with Thrace. We've been at war with some of the... Are they Bulgarian or are they Greek? I would say Bulgarians. Yeah, Optiano is Bulgaria. So we've been fighting the Greeks, we've been fighting Bulgaria, and we've been fighting Germany. And I think I'm going to continue trying to push northeast. Northwest, rather. Loving the game so far. Rome campaign was awesome. Over 3,000 population just finished the first Punic War, and now I'm building roads! I really like the road system. I mean, it's definitely going to be improved when you can say build a road from here to here rather than one province at a time. But I do like the road system. Actually, speaking of roads, I gotta build some more. And in fact, we should probably try to get rid of some more tribesmen. Actually... Okay, you guys are civilizing, you're not doing... This promotes people from tribesmen. I didn't need to do that myself. Okay, so I just wasted a bunch of points doing that. Oh well. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to continue promoting slaves into freemen. Although the other thing I want to do is get more scientists. Let's continue with the scientists. aka citizens. Like so. And we're still waiting for civic power to come through for more inventions. We do, however, have 10,000 ducats required to make an army of... No, skirmishers, that's what they're called. And I think we're going to do it just here in the centre. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Impatience is a virtue. Okroma wants a role in government. Alright then, kid. What kind of role do you want? Content in life. So you're not complaining that hard, are you? Oh, you also want to get married. Let's get you married, like, now. Does it display age here somewhere? Yes. And you are 37. And I really want to start breeding some civic power into this family. So, Roibana Dromiketa sounds like she could be quite good. Ooh! Legeburg Dwalda. Merciful, content, benefactor. She sounds like a perfect spouse. Really good stats. Moderately bad military, but I'm not actually that bothered about military skill. So we're going to marry you to her. And you wanted a role in government. What are you good at? You are a pretty good orator. So we could make you the royal tutor. Can we make you the... We can make you the royal tutor. Although he's a better all-rounder. My chancellor is excellent. I mean, the other thing we could do is make you into a researcher, but I think that you get a lot more bonuses being an actual chancellor. So, let's make you into the tutor. And hopefully you get a bit more well-read. I mean, you are actually a polymath. You're a guileless, plain-speaking polymath. Who somehow... Oh, you could be a governor as well. No, you couldn't. You would be an awful governor. In fact, when you become my ruler, my whole home province is going to be atrociously bad. This is why I really don't like the ruler being in charge of the home province. That's going to be painful. Hey, newbies. Has a decimation happened? Well, we had the civil war when we became the monarchy. Basically, it was the last vestiges of the tribes trying to get their own back and failing miserably. And since then, a couple of wars, but no bloodletting of the legions. The legions have basically been loyal the entire game. I think we've had one legion that worked against us. Fortunately, I didn't realise that I hadn't quite killed them yet. Oh, they can settle. Alright, so they have to have taken some land to do this. Settling the barbarians will disband their army and add them to the city they occupy as freemen. Pops of the barbarians' religion and culture. So we get 3 pops this way instead of 1 slave. And there they go. Alright, well, that's a thing you can do apparently. Cool. So Mavar... Did say freeman. Yeah, it's going to need some converting done. Because the happiness here is not very good. At all. How's the warship production going? We've got another 4 to come. I think I'm going to send you guys out to go and fight, though. 23-year-old, 7 combat, you will suffice. I'll send you forth. Though you're low on morale right now, so this might not have been the best idea ever. Their admiral is worse than mine. They have less ships. And they have a lot worse positioning, which is kind of interesting. And we are kicking the living daylights out of them, despite the fact that we've got absolutely no inventions which increase naval power, as far as I'm aware. Doesn't look like we're going to lose any ships. I'm bemused by the fact that 2 ships are already loyal, despite the fact that he literally just took power. Befitting stature, Acroma Geraltus is settling into his new role well. Whilst he is still of the belief that this was only befitting of a man of his stature, he has decided to show his gratitude by offering a small donation to the state. 100% loyal, and he just gave us 700 ducats. Okay then. Very well, I accept. The 10k stacks I've not been naming because they're just provincial garrisons, but the fleet I should, yeah. That's a very good point. So who have we got? We have literary artist. Oops, that was also German. There we go. Literary artist. He is sailing away somewhere, but if he's not blockading me, I don't really care. Alright. Now I need to double check to see which region these guys are active. So you're down here. You're there. You're there. Oh, you're in Bohemia. So who doesn't have one? Pannonia? I do believe that's true. So you need to come into Pannonia. I mean, what I could do, actually, this is a bloody good idea. Why don't I name these after the region that they're supposed to be guarding? That seems to be a good idea, doesn't it? So, Dacia. And this one was the Vistula. Vistulia. And this one is Bohemia. Oi. Oh, hey. None. And then this is Germania. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Mosia doesn't have one either. Alright, we'll need to send... We'll need to mosey someone over there.